Hello everyone, it's been a while since I've done a CM's model review, partially because the brand doesn't exist anymore, so their models are really expensive. But I love this brand because they made such historic race cars, and I like race cars. They usually do rally cars, but this is actually a road racing car, the Lancia Beta Montecarlo from 1981 in Watkins Glen. So, no package. Actually, you know what? I have the box, it's a mess. So this came from, I think, the 11th series of these rally cars. And here's two of them, if you want to pause. And then the other four are here, and that's what we're looking at today. Alright. What's weird is the rear of the box is always the same. So this model cost 735 yen back in the day, so that's less than $8 even in today's money. And this says here 2007, so it's kind of old, but not very, very old. Anyways, less than $8, I think is a fantastic model for less than $8. Alright, it's screwed to the base here. Let me get the good old electric screwdriver. So the Lancia Beta was an entry-level luxury car for Lancia. It was the first new model after Fiat took over the company in 1969. The original Betas first came out in 1972 and ran up until 1984, and they came in many different body styles. But they wanted to make a sports car version, so Pininfarina designed the mid-engined car that we're looking at here. And this car came out in 1975 and ran up until 1981. And it's a silhouette racer for Group 5 racing. So the only thing that's shared with the regular road-going vehicles was the center of the body, the canopy and probably that door. But I'm guessing everything else is different because this race car has like front and rear tubular subframes. It would have been powered by a 1.5 or a 1.8 liter engine, so pretty small displacement, but they could have been making almost 500 horsepower because they're turbocharged. Alright, so this thing was quite successful as far as a race car goes. It won the 1979 World Championship under the 2-liter division. And then it won overall in 1980 for the World Championship for makes. And then in 1981, the World Endurance Championship for makes. So outright in 1980 and 1981. And so, I mean, we gotta remember, this is a under 2-liter engine. So that's pretty impressive. I'm sure they must have melted a lot of engines. Alright, so try to see if there's anything else I need to tell you guys about this car. I think that's all that's really important. Oh, 7,800 of the Montecarlo Betas were made. So the Beta is an overall class of cars by Lancia, but the Beta Montecarlo is the mid-engined car. So, just to clarify. Alright, so what was great about CMs is they have tampo printed graphics. So there's no weird decal action, This model's from 2007. It looks great because the decals might possibly crack or even peel off or have air pockets under them. But tampo printing like this thing, no, it's paint. It's good. Alright, so unfortunately the wheels from this brand are not always the best. You can clearly see in the side view that they're 5 spokes, but there's no air passing between these 5 spokes, which is really strange. I don't know why they would be blanked off, but they are. Okay. The side printing here looks pretty good. It's all pretty clear, crisp, and legible. Yeah, looks good. Nice, even Pininfarina there. These side mirrors are separate plastic pieces, no silver in them, but still pretty nice. Better than casted-in mirrors. Oh, there's some ridging up here. Alright. If I had to guess, these might be fuel filler ports. Alright, some ridging there and painted black. Martini and Rossi, I believe, they make Asti Spumante. If you have good taste, it shows. That's from a television commercial a long time ago. Alright, so deep vents here. I think that's touching... I don't know if it's touching the base. Is this screwed together? It's not screwed together, so that's too bad. Clear lens over 2 headlights. I'm going to guess the black one is actually the plastic going into the casting. The texture in the grill is nice. The Lancia, badge looks good enough. Alright. And then even this banner on the windshield is tampo printed. It's got one central wiper blade raised and painted black. So this is the problem with press fit. I can't open and fix it. I feel like this gap is just way too much. Well, you'll see it when it spins on the coaster, but I have a feeling that's too gappy, both front and rear. Seems like there's a door handle here. There's some sort of bump there. Okay, painted nicely though. There's a little black on the windows, painted nicely as well. What is going on here? Why is there a mesh pattern here? Oh, I think these might be intakes. If I look at that, if you go back to the side photo, I think there's a mesh screen right here at the beginning of the wing, and maybe those provide air to the engine? Possibly? No, I don't know. It's weird, but the weird photograph is odd. Alright, these big intakes here, it's just a flat black graphic. But this also has a flat black graphic. It's nice that those graphics are there. Going to the rear, yeah, it's not bad. It's got these little rivet marks here for whatever these plates are. The taillights are three-dimensional, they're clear, they're translucent, very good. It's missing something here, and it has something here that one photo I have didn't have, but those photos are not the #1 car. I couldn't find the images of the #1 car. A little contaminant in the printing here. Alright. And then we got some sort of funky engine detail. That's a strange engine cover. It looks very sci-fi spaceship-like. It doesn't look like it belongs in a car, but I don't know. I didn't look up engine photos of this thing. I'm gonna guess that's an exhaust pipe, and maybe that's a dump for the turbo. And then some other details here. Some sort of cooler, random plumbing and all that stuff. Tires are slicks being a race car. Makes sense. Sadly CM's doesn't write anything. You don't know who made this, when it was made, what the car is, nothing. It's just, you have it and that's it. So that's just weird. But the brand doesn't exist anymore, so can't do anything about it. Well, pleasantly, I don't see any paint bubbling. Maybe that's gunk? No, maybe that is bubbling. If there's paint rash, it's going to be right there, but it's pretty small. It's pretty, not much to it, so I'm very happy. Very nice. I've been wanting this model for over a year. It's so expensive, and yeah, I paid a lot of money for this, just to let you know. Hop on eBay, look it up. Not cheap. But I'm running out of castings to buy, and that's a forewarning to you guys. Daily videos are going to come to an end soon, because I'm not going to collect certain brands. I just don't need to collect what I consider garbage. What's weird is I collect Choro cues, and that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, I don't know why I love those things so much. They don't look remotely realistic at all, but that's what a lot of my videos are becoming. Alright, let's see a couple other cars to look at here. So it turns out I think the Lancia Beta is also the foundation for the 037 cars. So here's the 037 from CM's from 1983. Chances are that won the World Rally Championship that year, or the year before, because it has a #1 on it. We have a road-going version of that car by Kyosho. Alright. So I kind of feel the front ends are somewhat similar. They both have 4 round headlights. Alright, well anyways. Let's see what else we have. Things it might have been competing against. So we have a Kyosho Ferrari 512 BBLM, which my notes are telling me this thing ran between 1979 and 1982. And I don't think it would have raced against this, but this BMW M1 Group 5, well, possibly. This says 1979 to 1980 as far as my notes, or what Wikipedia has told me in the past. This is a 1981 car, but they did come out in 1975, these Montecarlo Betas, so I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing. They're from the same era. Let's leave it at that. Man, I hate this coaster. Alright. This thing definitely deserves a spin on its own. And you can also see the wheel gap is just a bit weird. But hold on, let me get this thing set up over here. Get this thing spinning. Yeah, you know, from this angle, the wheel gap doesn't look so bad, but from this, well, it's just this side of the car, it looks really bad. The other side of the car doesn't look so bad. Yeah, unfortunately, though, I don't know if I want to drill this apart. I paid so much money for it as it is. I don't want to destroy it. I'm afraid to mess it up. I don't want to buy another one. So it might have to be the way it is. Anyways, I'm glad I do have it, and I'm also glad that the paint is not a total disaster. It's very rare for CMs to get paint rash, but it does happen. I have a Lancer that has some really bad paint on it. But the majority of my CMs, it's a tolerable amount of paint rash. So, yeah. There's still a few more castings I have to get from these guys. But as I mentioned, these models are expensive, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next race. Bye.